Life Audio.
Welcome to the Crosswalk Devotional. We are so glad to have you listening with us here today. Today's topic is recognizing and forgetting false gods in our life. We'll return after this brief message from our sponsor.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than just money. We help you put your plans into motion and faith into action so you can do more for the ones in your heart. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
You know, the Bible tells us, I will bless those who bless you. That's not just a nice sentiment, it's biblical prophecy. And it's a commandment from God, it's a calling, and right now we're called to act. The teachings of the New Testament are deeply intertwined with the Hebrew Scriptures. As Christians, we are called to honor and respect this shared heritage. The Apostle Paul reminds us in Romans 11:18, do not consider yourself to be superior to those other branches. If you do, consider this. You do not support the root, but the root supports you. Supporting the people of Israel is more than a belief. It's a biblical mandate. By partnering with the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, IFCJ, we can live out this calling together. Just as the fellowship blesses God's children, we know that you will be blessed too. Learn more about the fellowship and how you can live out your faith, bless Israel, and be blessed in return. Visit ifcj.org today. Again, that's ifcj.org. Be the blessing, live the word, answer the call.
Forgetting Any False Gods, written by Vivian Bricker, read by Rochelle Alberti. Then the Lord said to Moses, go down, because your people, whom you have brought up out of Egypt, have become corrupt. They have been quick to turn away from what I have commanded them, and have made themselves an idol cast in the shape of a calf. They have bowed down to it, and sacrificed to it, and have said, these are your gods, Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt. Exodus 32, 7-8. There are many false gods in this world today. While we often think of false gods as golden calves, shrines, or other created objects, they can also be in the form of our career, relationships, or appearance. Anything can become an idol if we place it above God. This also includes good things like a spouse, children, or parents. The moment we put something or someone above God, it has become the God in our lives and can cause us to turn away from Christ. As one can imagine, this is not our purpose in life. Our purpose in life is to know the Lord, love the Lord, and make Him known. We won't be able to do this if we have put other things above the Lord. For example, if we've made our career the God of our lives, we'll make it our priority and focus above all else, placing God on the back burner. Rather than serving the Lord and equipping other believers to know Him, we will become obsessed with our job, deadlines, and how to keep climbing the company ladder. While nothing is wrong with wanting to be successful or enjoy our jobs, we don't need to place them as more important than God. God is greater than our careers because He is the one who created us, saved us, and loves us. Our career or any other God we have created in our life does not do these things. Something I have struggled with is making worry and anxiety the gods of my life. We might not think of these things as false gods. However, when we establish them as our sole focus, they have become our gods. You see, I tend to get overwhelmed, stressed, and worried whenever anything goes wrong. And I lose sight of God. I hyperfixate on the problem, and all I can do is worry and be anxious. God has shown me many times that this is wrong, yet it is something that I still struggle with. Whenever worry or anxiety starts raising its head as the false gods in my life, I turn to God in prayer, ask Him to give me peace and to calm my anxious heart. Something about simply asking the Lord to do this brings peace to my heart and gives me the relief that I need. Therefore, whatever has taken the place of God in your life, choose to give it over to Him and rest in His forgiveness. Intersecting faith and life. Exodus 32, 7-8 says, Then the Lord said to Moses, Go down, because your people, whom you brought up out of Egypt, have become corrupt. They have been quick to turn away from what I commanded them, and have made themselves an idol cast in the shape of a cat. They have bowed down to it and sacrificed to it, and have said, These are your gods, Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt. The broader context of this passage is that Moses had ascended to the top of Mount Sinai to receive the 10 Commandments written on stone, and had left Aaron and the Israelites to wait for him. He wasn't gone for very long when the Israelites engaged in pagan revelry and created a golden calf, which they worshipped and presented offerings to in the form of praise. Exodus 32, 1-35. God knew what was happening, and His anger burned against them. Moses descended the mountain, addressed the people, and soon his anger also burned. The false god they created in the form of a golden calf showed Israel's disobedient heart. They had turned away from God and made their own god. Israel was punished severely for this, as the Levites who spoke allegiance to God were commanded by Moses to strike down their own brothers, sisters, and families. Exodus 32, 27-29. God also strikes the remaining Israelites with a plague. Exodus 32:35. This shows the severity of following other gods. It will not end well, as it will only cause separation between us and God. As believers, we need to surrender any false gods we have created and return to the true God of the Bible. What false gods have you created? How have false gods led you further away from the true God? How do you think God feels when we create false gods? Further reading: Exodus 20, 3-6, Isaiah 44, 9-20, Malachi 3:7.
The Crosswalk Devotional is a production of Life Audio and Salem Media. If you liked what you heard today, please take a second to rate and review this podcast in your favorite podcast app so that more listeners like you can find the show. For more faith-filled, inspirational podcasts, visit us at lifeaudio.com.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than just money. We help you put your plans into motion and faith into action so you can do more for the ones in your heart. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.